Hello one and all! This is my review, reaction, cut discussion of That Time Reincarnated Slime, Season 3, Episode 9. And first off, I want to apologize, I'm a little out of this video. My advisor kind of dropped a bombshell on me last night, so I ended up working on my proposal till like 6 a.m., sent it to her, slept for 3 or 4 hours, and still haven't heard back. Huzzah! But for now, this video is my highest priority. I'm very excited for it, because I know, last episode ended with Hinata being shot, but I think this episode is going to focus basically fully on Diablo. Though, that being said, I'm not actually sure where this episode is going to end, because it's entirely possible for them to finish the volume with this episode. I know that sounds insane, but weirdly this volume ends kind of abruptly, and then Volume 8 is the epilogue of this volume, and the prologue of Volume 9. Honestly, Volume 8 is just weird overall. It was kind of a disappointing read, because all just like meetings and setup and all of that. I know people complained, oh, this season was nothing but meetings, but Volume 8 is literally just meetings. With no payoff until the next volume, which was just so disappointing. When I got Volume 8, I'm like, that's it? That's where they're ending? And then I wait a few months to get Volume 9. Oh well. Anyway though, very excited for this. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so this is the big story they're coming up with. Basically, oh yeah, all that money that was supposed to go to Rimuru to pay for reparations was actually stolen by the king and by Yom. How insidious. But also, like, they stole, like, $1 billion. What are they even gonna do with $1 billion? That's too much money to even spend in a lifetime. Oh, that's insane. Anyway, though, yeah, that's the story. They're cooking up, and they're spreading it to tick off the nobles and the peasants and the commoners and all of that. And it's particularly effective because a lot of people, especially those, like, more inwards into the country, don't actually see the point of Yom, don't actually see the point of having people who are good at fighting monsters. I kid you not, that's actually something that's said in the light novel. Basically, they're so far away from the forest and the danger and all of that, that they don't actually think they need to be protected. Despite the fact that 20,000 of their soldiers were just murdered like 2 months ago. Oh, people suck. And not really naive, it's just he is way stronger than you think. Backing up Yom while still facing off against Hinata, super easy for him. Super easy for him. He didn't even call back Geld. He literally had one of his best fighters stay on construction because he figured it wasn't necessary. Yeah, that is a really important detail, because if Razin was just serving Demon Lord Rimmer, that's like, okay, he's a Demon Lord to beat Razin, that makes sense. But the fact that Razin is serving a demon, when he himself is incredibly powerful and could take down most regular demons, is very important. Basically, demons are ranked by how old they are. There's modern, then early modern, which is 200 to 300 years old. Medieval is around 1,000 years old. Ancient, never seen in the West, is basically considered demon royalty, and is essentially too dangerous to summon because they would literally kill the person who summoned them. And Razin, very powerful man, he could handle any medieval class demon. But the fact that, Diablo is able to so easily beat him means that Diablo is at the very least ancient class. And what Damarda realizes here is, okay, something is very wrong. He might be even more powerful, more ancient than that. In which case, I need to get out of here, like, right freaking now. Because while I am referred to as Damarda the Greedy, I'm never going to risk my own life to go up against someone who could actually kill me for little benefits. Yeah, basically. So essentially he's like, I probably can't handle this, but just to, keep appearances, just to tell the elders in the West, hey, I did all I could, he's leaving behind super strong, super skilled demon hunters. And if they fail, hey, no skin off his back. Oh, this seems so familiar. Remember last time the Falmus army gathered? Yeah, it didn't go well for them. And this isn't even like the army. This is literally like, okay, everyone who was too dumb or too unskilled to take part in the original invasion of Tempest. We're just gonna gather them all together and hope for the best. Also over here on the left, whole bunch of journalists who are here to witness, oh, the evil demon being slayed and the saints emerging victorious. Speaking of saints, we got the three battle sages, Sar, Glenda, and Grigori right here, guarding the king. Oh, my friend, Hinata has already failed at slaying Demon Lord Rimuru. Also, why would you have faith in her when she already failed at slaying Rimuru before, months ago, before he was even a freaking Demon Lord? Yep, specialized team of demon hunters. Remember, people, these are the best of the best. They are elite soldiers who are specifically trained to kill demons. Keep that in mind. Man, you are sounding so much like your brother right now. And remember how all this went for him? Poorly. Very, very poorly. This is kind of weird. I mean, yes, in the light novel, Grigori was with Gaston, but also it was made very clear he wasn't there to take part in the Civil War. Rather, he was told, hey, that demon you're looking for is in this city. So basically, he was going to like tear down the walls and start looking for the demon, and that would let the army actually, you know, invade and take over the town themselves. A very weird dynamic between the two. Yeah, simpletons, I mean, it might sound rude, but like I said, these are literally people who were too dumb to actually join the army. Wow, that's actually colder than I expected. Literally saying, like, hey, if the demon isn't there, just leave these idiots to basically get slaughtered by Yom. They are not your problem. God, Sar is devious. Kinda like him now. Yeah, Glenda kinda sucks. You haven't realized that yet. She absolutely freaking sucks. I mean, she's kind of being forced to obey the orders of the people who summoned her, but at the same time, her own personality is just garbage, complete garbage. Oh boy. Oh god, this music. Yeah, Diablo is in a very good mood right now, because basically Rimmer's orders were, don't kill anyone not involved in this, which she, and Hakuro as well, interpreted as, kill everyone who was involved in this. And he wants revenge. He absolutely wants revenge. As he says, the only time he ever felt true fear was when he thought Rimuru would fire him. And that is unforgivable. The fact they embarrassed him in front of Rimuru is absolutely unforgivable. God, he is such a diva, and I love it. Just thinking of it makes me tremble. Stop being so sexy, Diablo. I just said stop being so sexy. Don't get more sexy. Seriously, they're having dinner together. I don't know why I find the details so hilarious. Oh god, Ranga. I'm not sure if I actually see Ranga this episode, but just keep an eye out. He is going to be so much fun. Yeah. Good lord. I mean, like I said, Diablo is free to kill whoever he wants who is involved. However, he also wants to be able to capture, negotiate, and interrogate those involved as well to make sure, you know, his name is fully and truly cleared. Oh, Oh, I love the dire wolves. They are so adorable. Oh, Hakuro, Hakuro, Hakuro. Okay, that was to say, did you seriously just tell Diablo to do whatever he wants? Don't take it too far. That is a very important detail right here. Very important to clarify. God, that landing! I was expecting like a superhero landing with dust and debris, but no, Diablo is so much classier than it. He landed so gently, even the battle stages barely noticed him. And a bow, oh, he is so classy. Yeah, seriously, full like 5 seconds be like, wait a minute. Something's not right here. There's someone new here. Where'd he come from? I gotta say, I kind of respect these reporters for running towards a dude who just flew into the middle of this army camp. Yeah, so basically Diablo, like I said, Rimuru says don't hurt anyone who's not involved, so Diablo is protecting the journalists because they're very much not involved. While they work here to basically spread propaganda about the evils of Demon Lord Rimuru and his evil demon, they really are more neutral in all of this and just want a really good story, and this will be a really, really good story. Also, the way he words it in the light novel basically says, if you leave that barrier, I will consider you an enemy and murder you. Which is just so absolutely amazing. Thankfully, none of them are actually stupid enough to do that. Oh, now... This next part is honestly going to be kind of hard to watch. I might skip it a little bit because this man is so stupid that Diablo literally says, I cannot enjoy a battle of wits if you neglect to bring any with you to the contest. Savage. Absolutely savage. Laughing in the face of a freaking demon, man. I know you got a lot of soldiers, but it's still, like, he could attack you with magic. There's no barrier around you right now. There's nothing stopping him from murdering you. Even if you have all like the best soldiers in the world, you're still a fairly defenseless man in a world of basically gods. It's also like a stupid as well because there's literally not enough money in the entire country for them to pay double reparations. There's barely enough for them to pay regular reparations. So charging them double would basically mean, you know, it's basically the equivalent of shooting them in the head twice. They're already dead after the first shot. There's no reason for a second shot. Oh boy. And now he insulted Rimuru. So... yeah, man, best of luck with your very, very short life. Oh, good lord. Yes, seriously. Like, this is the stupidest thing in this. I know people are like, oh, there's so many misunderstandings, blah blah blah. This is the stupidest part about this entire arc. Basically, like, I had this video that you apparently took of you murdering Archbishop Rahim. Why? Why would Diablo record his own murder, and how would he then lose the recording of that murder? That makes literally no sense. So yeah, that's basically saying that Lady Glenda was the one who murdered him, or was in the room with Diablo when he murdered Rahim. Either way, that makes no sense. Also, how did Demon infiltrate Lubelius? Sar, you are a battle sage. I know you're kind of stupid, but even you should realize there's something very wrong about that. His faith outclassed your terror. I mean, that's a great quote, but that is also an incredibly stupid thing to say because Diablo is about to take that as a freaking challenge. Yeah, I cannot enjoy a battle of wits with someone as simple-minded as you. I mean, I think I like light novel better. I cannot enjoy a battle of wits if you neglect to bring any with you. That was so much more brutal, but yeah, either way, it gets the point across. Oh god, that shoulder shrug. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, that was awesome. That is actually well, that's first off technically untrue, but also very important for what he's about to say later on. I mean, technically, I think Diablo has lost at least once, but it's important that he hasn't lost in a while, basically. Yeah, that's the thing. Weirdly enough, there are way more demons and archdemons in the east than the west. There's some explanations for it, but I think it might be because, you know, basically, Guy has staked the West as his territory, and most demons know, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with freaking Guy, the primordial red. I'll just hang over here in the East. It's way safer, even though they have some very well-trained demon hunters over in the East. Yeah, this is honestly terrifying for them because demons, they bluster, they brag all the time, but not once they've already been put into a trap, not once they've already been captured. The fact that Diablo is remaining calm while tied up like this with holy element chains is incredibly off-putting. Yeah, you can see him sweating. You can see like the sweat on his brow, like, okay, this is not right. This is not normal. He should be a bit more panicking right now. I know I'm a professional, but I'm starting to get a little freaked out here. Oh, that was beautiful. So basically what's happening here is demons have some very strong resistance to magic, but what they're doing is hitting him with non-magical lightning, which they are somehow able to generate with their shields, magic, something that he's developed, I'm not exactly sure how. And this means that his physical body will be destroyed, and once the demon's physical body is destroyed, they are sent back to the spiritual world, hell, wherever they come from. Yep. Actually, I prefer this in light novel because Sar realizes, why is he still smiling? While the demon hunters realize, why aren't his clothes burned? And it's more of a gradual, like, oh no, oh no, oh no, rather than him just being perfectly fine and laughing. And now he just broke the holy element chain, so yeah, that's basically it. That's all they really had to stop him, and it failed spectacularly. The lightning very much hit him directly. You saw it hit him directly. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It just wasn't effective. I always find it weird when people are like, you monster in this series. Like, yeah, this is a world full of monsters. I mean, demons aren't technically monsters, but still. It doesn't really feel like the same insult it is in our world. Yep. That right there is Lord's Ambition, something similar. Actually, remember, can do the exact same skill because he's a demon lord, and because Diablo is basically at the level of a demon lord. And if you're weak, you basically pass out. That's how it works. And if you don't pass out, you are struck with such an overwhelming terror that even hardened, trained, demon-hunting soldiers end up begging for their mommies on the floor. Thankfully, all the journalists are protected from this by the barrier. I love this. He's like, that's a bluff. There's no way that could be Lord's ambition. It's like, man, does it really matter what it's called when it just knocked out all of your soldiers except for you? I don't really think the name means much. Yeah, this is actually a really interesting detail. Basically, demons aren't as strong as everybody seems to think they are. Essentially, there is a limit to the amount of magicals they can have at each of their evolutionary points. And with an archdemon, it can never reach a level equivalent to that of a demon lord, so therefore Diablo should not be able to cast Lord's Ambition. That being said, this doesn't necessarily mean that demons are weaker than demon lords, because as they live longer and longer lives, they're basically able to figure out other ways to use their magicals, to use them more efficiently, to fight better, to do all of that. So they're still more dangerous as they age, but there is a limit to their power. Yeah, I mean, that should be very obvious. I mean, there is he's literally saying there's no way a demon could become a demon lord. Like, man, there is a demon lord, the first demon lord, the strongest and scariest of the demon lords. I know it's like just too impossible to even imagine, but it does exist. Yeah, exactly. The demon lord known as Red. That's also very important. Oh god. Okay, so there's two things that terrify this man right here. First off, because Diablo is saying I'm on the same level as Red, and also because he just referred to Guy as Red. And Demon Society, very hierarchical, so basically you never refer to a demon stronger than you as anything less than Sir or Lady. But the fact that he's just calling him by his nickname, just calling him Red, means that Diablo and Guy are same level. They are both primordials. And that is so utterly terrifying, though it's about to get worse. Yeah, this is why I was mentioning before. Diablo said, I've never lost a fight. That is, in fact, the requirement for a demon to become a demon lord, to evolve past their threshold. They can't lose a fight for 2,000 years. Basically, demons are semi-immortals, and they love to fight, but every time they lose, they actually get a little bit weaker, so as demons age, they can actually get weaker and weaker over time. But if they manage to stay on top, they manage to win all their fights again and again and again for 2,000 years, then they can become a demon lord. Though, like I said, demons love to fight, and there are a lot of them, so this is basically impossible. This never happens. One hardly needs to work for it. No, Diablo, that's just you. Just you is that insane. Yeah. The white. That is, I mean, Guy is the more terrifying threat, but the white is much more well-known and more immediate in the West, in the East, I mean, because she just popped up like a couple years ago, a decade ago, at an event known as the Bloody Shore. And it's known that because she literally turned a river red with the blood of every single person she killed. An entire river, pond, lake, whatever, was turned red for a significant amount of time. And hey, we finally get to see White. God, she is beautiful. Also love the demon sense of time just the other day when it's like, no, that was a very, very long time ago. Yeah, like I said, demons always call each other by their proper titles when referring to someone above them, and the fact that he's calling Red and White so casually means he's at the same level of them. They are all primordials, and this dude who's basically standing by himself is facing off against someone who could wipe out an entire army, an entire nation with ease. God, I love this. So this is something we saw before with Razin. Basically, if you are strong enough to face off against demons, you might think, hey, I have a shot against Diablo. But if you are strong enough to know the truth, to have dived into the darkness, to realize there is a much bigger fish out there, then you realize, oh no, Diablo is a primordial. I can't fight him. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And it's just such a great moment every time it happens. Just like that threshold of being strong enough to know how utterly and completely outclassed you really are. And it broke him. Utterly and completely broke him. Seriously, this is a proud demon hunter right here, and he's gone. He's completely gone. Actually, in the light novel, he actually threatened to slit the king's throat if Diablo would spare his life. Diablo's actually disappointed. He's like, hey, I wanted to fight a little bit. Because, like I said before, demons love fighting. Love this dude just carrying the king away. Like I said in light novel, he literally threatened to murder the king for Diablo. Also, I'm sorry, Sar, but the only reason why you're so confident right now is because of how little you know about demons. He doesn't actually pass the threshold of knowledge, meaning he doesn't realize exactly what Diablo is. Red, white, whatever. Those are just words. I don't really know what those mean. Seriously, imagine taking down a squad of demon hunters and then describing yourself as a loyal butler. I mean, that's Black Butler thing. That's literally what we see in Black Butler. Like I said, his confidence is literally drawn from ignorance. He has no idea what he's doing. He has no idea about demons, and he is going to regret it very, very quickly. Yeah, Diablo didn't actually bother mentioning it because to him it doesn't really make a difference. What matters is that he is a loyal servant of Great Lord Rimuru. You also just like casually dropped the most terrifying thing in the world. I am a demon peer. I am one of only, I think, 2 demon peers in the entire world. I am literally at the same level as the most terrifying demon lord in the world. I'm not the same level, but I'm the same race as him. Yeah, really. Actually, light novel, he doesn't pass out from fear. He passes out from pure relief as he realized that, you know, if I fought this man, if I ticked him off any more than I did, there is no chance whatsoever I would have survived. Thank the freaking gods I ran away like a coward. Yeah, like I said, Sar, ignorant, but he at least knows that word. It is legendary. It is something that people don't even actually believe really exists. It's the kind of thing you only find like ancient tomes vaguely mentioned. Yeah, really. Not only did Rimuru summon this dude, he gave him a name, which makes him way more powerful. That is honestly insane and technically should not be possible. It's said many times in light novel that it is literally impossible to name a primordial demon, a demon peer, without it literally ripping out your soul and killing you. Hey, perfect shot. I don't think that actually should have pierced him though. He has cancel melee attack, so I think I should have just kind of like bounced off of him instead. Does anything really work on him? You're immune to magical attacks, you're immune to natural attacks, you're immune to physical attacks. Apparently Glenda doesn't know anything about demons. Apparently Glenda knows even less about demons than Star does, as she actually thought that was gonna work. His sword is literally called Demon Slayer, and it barely even scratched the demon. Oh, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes! Oh my god, that was actually even more hilarious than the light novel, where I think Glenda actually, launched the first attack on Diablo literally just to force Sar to fight, and then while he was fighting, she ran away, and Diablo actually said, if you're looking for your female companion, she ran away, and then just fully gone, Sar couldn't even see her. Oh god, poor Sar. He really, really doesn't want to be involved in this fight. I'm sorry, friend. Grigori's, kinda occupied right now. Yeah, like I said, these are the soldiers who literally couldn't even join the army, so they're not gonna do you all that much. Oh, Ranga, such a cute little puppy. And he's about to have fun with, as Light Novel describes it, a slightly tougher chew toy. Yeah, man, how exactly are you expecting these second-rate knights to take on a group of goblin riders and freaking flying dragons, dragon newts, whatever the freak they are? Yeah, so kind of utterly, completely useless right there. Ranga is literally just throwing them. Oh my god, above Ranga, I love you. Tongue out as he's just running through and utterly obliterating these forces. Oh, that's beautiful. Alright, so that's the end of the 5,000 force army right here, and time to face off against Grigori himself, the legendary battle sage. Surely he will prove a tough and difficult opponent for the fearsome Ranga. I'm sorry, Gopcha, that was a very dramatic pose. Kinda unnecessary. The battle's already over. So yeah, Grigori's skill basically makes him invincible, but all that means is that Ranga gets to play with him a lot. Doesn't this human wish to play more? God above, I love that line so freaking much. Yeah, to Ranga, this is all just one game, and he was having so much fun with it. Oh god. The shrinking, the tail wagging, that's so sad, that's so pathetic. Oh, Ranga's best boy. Ranga's absolute best boy. Yeah, really, what other choice they have other than completely and absolutely running away with their tail between their legs? Yeah, run. Actually, that line, we're supposed to beat them? How can we possibly do that? Apparently it goes down in history. It's like written up in the newspaper somehow. Beautiful. Also, I want to rewind just. Oh, the whimpering. The whimpering is so adorable. Because, yeah, Ranga was having just such a great time, and now he's mad. Now he's worried that Rimuru was going to be mad at him because he just, played a little bit too far. Oh, God, I love it. Yeah, for the record, this is actually going to be a major trauma for Grigori, to the point where moving forward, he'll be known as the Canophobe Crusader, basically meaning he will be famous for his fear of dogs. I'm sorry, man. Even if you, Glenda, and Grigori all teamed up together, you would have absolutely no chance of taking down Diablo. He's not even trying to take you seriously. He is literally just playing around and having some fun. He's basically doing what Ranga was just doing to Grigori. Yeah, that's the most terrifying part of this fight. Basically, this dude fights by enchanting his sword, and Diablo can just, cancel that spell every time it comes close to him. I mean, the spell wouldn't actually hurt him, but he's just doing this to really show the difference in their power. Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious, man. You really think a demon could break into the holy capital and kill your archbishop? That makes absolutely no sense. Also, why would Glenda have a recording of it? That makes even less sense. Yes, exactly. Hinata very specifically ordered you not to do anything. Okay, yeah, he put it together. He realized exactly who killed Rahim. And now they're here to lend a helping hand. Yeah, they aren't here to take down Diablo. They're here to kill every single person who has evidence of them, being the ones who killed Archbishop Rahim. And that includes all the journalists, the king, and Tsar himself. Yay! After that, it's easy enough to say, oh, the demon Diablo, he went on a mass killing spree, killed everybody, but don't worry, we came in and we finished him off. Praise, praise to the holy nation of Lubelius. I think the craziest part of their plan is that they are actually still planning on, not going to war with Rimuru, despite murdering one of his subordinates, which is so insane. Hey, we're in Hinata again. Awesome. Yeah, Hinata can't really cast a spell if she can't actually speak. And she can't really speak if there's, giant holes in her lungs. Yeah, sorry, Rimuru, that's not gonna work, because Hinata is somehow immune to magicules, meaning that her body basically disassembles any magic that comes in contact with her. This is incredibly useful for combat, but also means she can only be healed by healing magic, by holy magic. Since holy magic doesn't actually use magicules, it uses spirit particles, which are much harder to control and manipulate. I mean, that's a dumb plan, but not a terrible one. Basically saying like, oh yeah, Hinata, she acted on her own. We didn't have anything to do with this. Therefore, we're gonna let her die, and then we can make, some good relationships with you. We can work together to make a brighter and better future. Huzzah! Of course, Rimuru is not gonna believe that at all. Oh, that was fun. Alright, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Next episode, God and Demon Lord. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Oh, I love this episode. I actually think this episode might be better than last one. We actually got the, then again, last episode did give us the Shion fight, which I really loved, but Seriously, Diablo just made these demon hunters suffer so much. He literally broke their spirit. Oh, and this idiot king kept trying to brag and say, oh no, I'm gonna win this, I'm stronger than you. Well, there was a demon literally right in front of him. He had no defenses, he had no protection. There was nothing stopping that demon from, hitting him with a very powerful spell before the Crusaders could put up a barrier or whatever. I just want to rewatch this scene again. She just ran away. And in a straight line too. I mean, the way the light novel worded it, I kind of thought like she'd duck behind some tents and just like use some super speed movement. No, she's just running right in front of them. Diablo could very easily just shoot her in the back. And that foot stomping, you coward! Oh, such a great detail. And then a chew toy. He literally became a chew toy for this dog. Despite being one of the strongest humans in the world, he was little more than Ranga's chew toy. Oh, I loved it, but please let me think down below. What was your favorite fight this episode? Diablo versus the Demon Slayers, Diablo versus Sar, or Ranga doing this over and over again? I kind of love that one, honestly. What things happen now that the 7-day clergy have seemingly murdered all the journalists and come to murder Hinata. Well, I say 7-day, we've currently seeing 5 of them. 3 with Diablo, 2 with Rimuru, so still 2 more in the wings, waiting to do something, I assume. Let me know think of all this down below, and until next time, peace!